57 years old, 6 years single. And last week, for the first time, I stopped apologizing for it. Let me tell you what changed. But first, if you are a man over 45 building life on your own terms, hit that subscribe button. This channel exists for men like us. Now here is what happened. My name is Gerald. I run a small landscaping business in Oregon. 2 trucks, 4 employees, enough work to keep me busy. I was married to Diane for 19 years. We divorced when I was 51. No big drama, no affair. We just grew in different directions until we could not find each other anymore. After the divorce, I thought I would date again within a year, maybe 2. That was 6 years ago. And here is what nobody tells you about being an older single man. The world has an opinion about you. My mother, God rest her soul, asked me before she passed if I was going to die alone. My brother makes jokes at Thanksgiving about me being the eternal bachelor. My married friends stopped inviting me to dinner parties because a single guy throws off the seating arrangement. And strangers. Strangers are the worst. They look at you with that face that says something must be wrong with him. He is too picky. He is afraid of commitment. He has issues. I believed those whispers for a long time. I thought maybe they were right. Maybe something was broken inside me. Then I met Russell. Russell is 62, retired firefighter, divorced twice, single for the past 8 years. We met at a woodworking class I took to keep my hands busy on weekends. He was building a rocking chair for his grandson. I was making a mess of a cutting board. One evening after class, we grabbed beers at a bar down the street. I asked him how he handles it, the judgment, the looks, the questions. He laughed and said, "Gerald, let me tell you something nobody told me until I figured it out myself. Being single at our age is not a disease. It is not a failure. It is a choice. And even when it was not a choice, it became one the moment we decided to stop apologizing for it." I asked him what he meant. He said, "Think about it. You spent 19 years with Diane. You built a life. You tried. It did not work out. That does not make you broken. That makes you human. Now, you are building a different life. A life on your own terms. Why should that be less valuable than a life with a partner?" I did not have an answer. He said, "Society tells us that a man is incomplete without a woman, that we need someone to take care of us, that we need someone to give our life meaning. But here's what I have learned after 8 years of flying solo. A man who cannot be happy alone will never be happy with anyone. A man who needs a woman to feel complete will drain that woman dry. And a man who knows his own worth does not need the world to validate it." That hit me harder than I expected. I thought about all the times I'd apologized for being single, all the times I'd made excuses at family gatherings, all the times I had felt like less of a man because I didn't have someone on my arm. Russell said, "Let me ask you something. What do you do on a Saturday morning?" I said, "I wake up around 6, make coffee, take my dog for a walk by the river, come back, read the paper, maybe work on a project in the garage." He said, "And who is telling you that is not enough?" I said, "Everyone." He said, "Wrong. You are telling yourself that. The world plants the seed, but you water it every day when you believe them." He told me about his life. He wakes up at 5:30, does 30 minutes of stretching because his back is shot from decades of carrying hoses and breaking down doors. Makes breakfast, reads, works on his woodworking projects, visits his grandkids twice a week, plays poker with his buddies on Friday nights, goes fishing alone on Sunday mornings. He said, "My life is full. Not full of a woman, full of purpose, full of things I actually want to do. And that is something no one can take away from me." I asked him if he ever gets lonely. He said, "Of course I do, but loneliness is not solved by having a warm body next to you." I was married twice. Some of the loneliest nights of my life were lying next to a woman who felt like a stranger. Loneliness is solved by connection. Real connection. And you can find that with friends, with family, with community. You do not need a romantic partner to not be alone. He paused. He said, "Here is what the world does not understand about us. We are not single because we are afraid. We are not single because we cannot get someone. We are single because we have learned that forcing a relationship just to check a box is worse than being alone. We have been through it. We know what bad looks like, and we are not willing to settle just because society says we should." I thought about my marriage to Diane. The last 5 years were quiet. Not peaceful quiet, empty quiet. 2 people sharing a roof, but not sharing a life. I had felt more alone in that house than I have ever felt in my apartment by myself. Russell said, "The happiest couples I know are not together because they need each other. They are together because they want each other. They chose each other every day. If you find that great, but if you do not, it does not mean you failed. It means you are waiting for something worth choosing, and in the meantime, you are living a life that is yours. He finished his beer. He said, "Gerald, let me tell you something my father told me before he died. He was 83, married to my mother for 56 years. He loved her deeply, but he said this: 'Son, the only person you are guaranteed to spend your whole life with is yourself. Make sure you like that person. Make sure you can sit with that person in silence. Make sure that person is enough, because at the end, that is all you have.'" Those words stayed with me. When I got home that night, I sat on my porch. My dog was at my feet. The stars were out. The air was cool. And for the first time in 6 years, I did not feel like something was missing. I thought about my business, the work I had built with my own hands, the clients who trusted me, the employees who depended on me. I thought about my Saturday mornings, the coffee, the river walks, the quiet. I thought about my friends, the poker games, the fishing trips, the conversations that actually meant something. And I realized something that changed everything. I'm not incomplete. I'm just complete in a different way. The world expects us to fit a template, graduate, get married, have kids, retire with your spouse, die together, but life does not work that way. Life takes turns. Life throws curveballs. And sometimes the life you build after the template breaks is more authentic than the one you were trying to force. So when my sister called me last week and asked when I was finally going to find someone, I told her the truth. I said, I am not looking for someone. I'm not opposed to it. If the right person comes along, I will know. But I am not out there searching like something is missing, because nothing is missing. I have a life I built. I have work I'm proud of. I have people who matter to me, and I'm okay. Actually, okay. Not pretending okay. Not performing okay. Actually, okay. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, I've never heard you talk like that before. I said, that is because I finally believe it. Here is what I want you to understand. If you are a man in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, and you are single, not because you are broken, not because you are afraid, but because life took you on a different path, you are not less of a man. You are not incomplete. You are not a cautionary tale. You are a man who has lived, who has loved, who has lost, and who is still standing. That is not a failure. That is strength. Society will keep whispering. Let them whisper. Your family will keep asking. Let them ask. The world will keep expecting you to check a box. You do not owe anyone a checkbox. You owe yourself a life worth living. And if that life includes a partner, beautiful. If it does not, still beautiful. Because your worth is not determined by who is standing next to you. It is determined by who you are when you are standing alone. So here is my question for you. Not whether you are single or taken, not whether you are looking or not looking. My question is this: when you sit alone with yourself, are you at peace? Because that is the only measure that matters. Gerald here. I spent 6 years feeling like I owed the world an explanation. I do not owe anyone anything, neither do you. If something in this story landed, write it down. Put it in the comments. Not for me, for yourself. Sometimes saying it out loud makes it real. And if there is a man in your life who is still carrying that weight, that invisible pressure to be something he is not, send him this. Not because he needs fixing, because he needs to know he is not alone. Until next time, keep building.